Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Morning Pre-Market Analysis and Trade Plan Setup for Thursday, July 3rd, 2014. It's the last trading day of the week, coming into a holiday weekend. Happy 4th of July to all you Americans. My name is Doug McKay. I am the founder and head moderator of Quantum Leap. Quantum Leap is not a commercial venture. It is a private group of traders. We have a chat room that's been around, coming up on our 5th anniversary. If you'd like to check it out, come and hang out with us. You can give me a contact request through Skype to Doug_McKay at I'll be the one from Windsor, Ontario, or you could send me an email to d.mckay@stealthtrader.com. Each morning we come together in this live go-to to look at the structure of the market, get our morning routine in place, and then set our hypotheses up for the day and our trade levels and our targets. Before we get going, we need to get legals out, so let's do that. This information for corporate specialty members who want to expand the knowledge of business trading. It's not for trading or investment advice. You and only you are responsible for the trades or investment decisions you make. Trading futures or any instrument involves risk loss. Please consider carefully whether futures or options are appropriate to your financial situation. Only risk capital should be used when trading futures or options. Investors can lose more than initial investment. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results in any trades you see. Are for education purposes only. Please trade your own trade plan and do your own due diligence. Okay, so let's start off. Just wanted to bring up the chart pattern that I posted into the room yesterday on the market that is dead to me, and we've slowly drifted up after breaking out of the symmetrical triangle, and with a measured move up to 16,923, and we finally got the spike and completed the move up on the news this morning. The news was somewhat, I felt, kind of muted. It didn't really give us a huge move, gave us a little bit of a wiggle, but what are you going to do? So let's get right into the numbers and get those out of the way. Of course, we've got the all-time high up at 1971.75, which is our year high, month high, week high. Still intact after going up and retesting it on this news spike. We got up to 71.25. Nothing really in the macro numbers, so let's take a look at the intraday numbers. Yesterday opened the Globex at 1966.25. We had a Globex high at 1970 and a low of 1964.50. We opened auction in range at 1965.75, and after making that big move, our main hypothesis yesterday was to get stuck in the wicks. And just bring this up all. So my main hypothesis was that once we made that spike up to the all-time new high, we left this wick right here, which was unproperly auctioned territory, and the main hypothesis for yesterday was a tight rotational day and getting stuck in the wick, and that's exactly what happened yesterday. Go back over to the numbers. So we had an open auction in range, normal variation with a 3 3/4 point opening swing, with the high at 68.50 and the low at 64.75, and again it was pointing towards a rotational day. We talked about that in the live trade room yesterday. Our initial balance high, 68.50, initial balance low, 64.75. Remember that yesterday I said that we're likely, there was, two levels, the 64.50 and the 68.25, and we were likely to play ping pong back and forth as we traded in that level. The intraday numbers, our 12/30 number, 1967.50, our high, 1970, our low, 1964.75, our close at 1967.75, and our VPOC shifted up again. You see we're back into this upward trend. Our 20-day ATRs are running now just over 11.25 for the RTH, just under 13.25 for the full session, and just under 7 for the Globex. Our value area high was lower at 1968. Our value area low was higher at 1966.50 for a 1.5 point value area. Very, very tight value area. And we're back to making the break of the IB in around the most time that this year is around that 1950, 1955 central time. And then we did very light volume at just under 800,000 on the RTH and just over 900,000 on the Globex. Of course, we had our big news already with the non-farm and the trade balance and the unemployment. We do have final services PMI, and then we have ISM manufacturing at 9 Central 10. So we do have a little bit more news to come out, but generally this is going to be a day that's going to be slow with light volume, and once we get in one direction, we're likely just to drift in that direction. Low volume, there's not much opposing force, so we have a tendency to drift. Our overnight high is 71 1/4, and our overnight low is 1966, giving us an ATR target to the high side at 1979.25. That'll be a new all-time high, and to the low side 1958. Let's jump over and take a look at the macro to the micro on the trend. Good slope separation on the monthly. Got this trend just incredibly strong. We haven't been below the 20 SMA in 2 years. We're in our third year of this huge move up. On the weekly, same thing. Good slope, good separation. Price is paralleling. Trend is very much intact. On the daily, same thing. You got good slope, good separation. Got a bit of a technical gap here. This will be either closed through time and consolidation going sideways, or through price by coming down. Usually a combination of both. But this is still looking strong to me. I think this 1971.75 is likely to get taken out, and I'll probably get taken out of my swing short with my stop up at 1974.75. But hey, it's still a profitable trade. So what are you going to do? I'll try to work Theo, but I don't think that moving my stop is a good thing. I'm just going to let it go. So right now we still have this energy point up here that is due today up at 1982.25. So mark that down on your journal, because that's the number you want to be paying attention to if we get above the upper line. We're holding the lower line of the short-term upward sloping fork. We're coming up, and we tested the upper line of the intermediate upward sloping fork, and we're kind of just trading sideways. Watch this level right here at 1973. If we get a 1973.75, if we get above that, you've got the energy point up at 82, and that's just slightly higher than the 20-day ATR target to the upside. If we see some weakness coming into this market, watch this level down here at 1960.25. That would be a level that I'd be watching for a bounce, and then if we break below it, I think we're going to see some lower drift coming down. Let's take a look at the trend in the intraday, see if there's any trends happening coming into the RTH session. You can see that we got good slope and separation. This is a good example of a tech gap being closed out through time. We just consolidated sideways, and the EMA came up and closed the gap. But we're still in this upward trend on the 4 hour, so we are trending on the 4 hour into the RTH. Same thing with the 30-minute. We had the news wiggle right here, but you had a nice technical gap, closed through time and price, closed the gap, then we got the news, and but they're holding now. So the trend is still intact on the 30-minute to the upside. To the 15-minute, same thing. We've got a trend going on, and this trend is likely to continue. On the 5-minute, had a little bit of weakness. We came down. There's our news wiggle, and we're back up. And we've got a naked cross here at 1969.25. Mark that on your chart. But it looks like this market's going to drift up today. So let's take a look at the big picture. We spiked up. We're holding value yesterday. We auctioned the wick, and they accepted value here at 1967.50, and so far they're holding above it, and we're coming up to test the all-time high. We're outside of the two-day value area high, so watch this 1969.50 level. If we get below that, likely going to have to come down to the 67.50 to find some buyers with more conviction. Let's take a look at the overnight and start moving our numbers over. So our overnight high is 2 ticks below the all-time high. Let me get the right chart up here. And our overnight high is 71.25. And it looks like we're going to open auction just outside of range and outside of value. So we'll have to see. We still got a fair amount of time left. So I'll be watching this 1970 level. If we're inside of range and outside of value, look for them to come down and test the value area high at 1968. That's right near the MC VPOC for the 2 days. Our overnight low is all the way down at 66, which is basically just below the value area low. Come on. And our overnight VPOC is 69.50, and they're just taking up and making an overnight high. They're going to test this this all-time high at 1971.75 even on the open. Our VPOC is 69.50. And we're just going to keep putting in a new high right now. So I'll have to make this adjustment. So what do we look for when we're opening outside of range and outside of value? We're looking for initiative buyers stepping in and ripping us up to new all-time highs. So watch that 73.75 level, and then if we break above that, you've got the target up at 1979.25 and 1982. So let's put those in here. So we'll want to watch that. Just verify that number. Sorry. 73.25. Above 73.25. We have that measured move up there at 1976.75, but I'm going to take that off because what I'm really watching is I'm going to be watching 1979.25. And then we've got the ATR target is now at, or the upper line of the upward sloping fork is 1982.25. So those are our targets. You know, above 73.25, don't try to fade this. Just, you know, if you're not in the long, you know, go take the a super long weekend, because it's just gonna be a slow drift up and you know, just continue to go higher. Nothing I can do here. They're going to test the 73.25 level right now, so we just have to watch it. You know, below us right now, if we get back inside of 1970, you know, look for a move down to, you know, test the value area high and close the gap. You've got our gap close here at 1967.75, and the value area high is 1968. Inside of value, look for them to take out the naked VPOC at 67.50. That puts us back inside, you know, and right back inside of balance right now. You know, and we're likely just to chop around here some more once we're in there. But you can look for continuation down to test the value area low at 1966.50. and then a break below that should take out the, 1966.50, and a break below that will take out the overnight high and likely come down and test the other side of balance down here at the 2-day value area low at 64.75, which also happens to be the range low from the prior day. And then below that, then we've got a lot of repair that's got to be done to the auction down here, and the big target below range and below value is going to be the test of the CLVN at 61.25. Below that, look for 58.75. And I don't think we'll do anything lower than that today. In fact, I don't even think we're going to get back into yesterday's range. I think they're just going to drift this up higher and go up and test the 73.75 level. It sucks because I was hoping that my swing short would hold, but what are you going to do? And let's go over to the TF. I posted my thoughts earlier in the room. We're currently trading 1200. We're inside of range and inside of value on the Russell. If we stay above 1200, 1200 is going to be the level to watch and trade off of today. If we stay above this 1200, look for them to drift up and test the first target above at the value area high at 1202, but the 2-day balance is up here where they tried to hold value at 1204 area, which is also just near the range high from yesterday at 1204.90. So the first target above is going to be that 1204.20. And then, of course, just above that, the range high, and you can use that as a trade area and a break outside of the range from yesterday. Look for them to go, and the first target above will be 1205.80. It's pretty tight, but I would look for them to just drift up and come up and test this 1210.70, which I already got there. And then above that, you've got, what was it, 1212, 12. It is, come on. 12.70. And then above that, I just think we drift up. If we get below 1200, we're going to be inside of value. Our first target below. You've got a bit of an LVN right here. On the swing, the closing swing high at 1197.70, but just below it, you've got the close at 1196.40. So I'm going to use the LVN as the target, but just below it, I'll have a secondary target at 1196.30. And then, likely at that point in time to test the value area low down here at 1195.70. And then if we get outside of value, test the range low, and then back down inside of this, balance area around the former microcomposite 1195.90. I think we'll drift down and test the range low at 1194, and then likely break out and test the lower side of the balance down here at 92.70. And then just below it, we've got the range high from the prior day. The range low from the prior day. But if below the 1192.75, I'd be looking for them to come down and close the gap down here at 1188.50. I got 1189.50 in my way, so that's the range high. So look for possible responsive buyers stepping in there at 1189.50, and then you've got the gap close at 1188.60 and naked VPOC down here at 1187.50, 1187.80. But I think if we hold the 1200, we're going to see these upward targets and just a slow drift up today. Most of the fireworks are over for the day. I think it's going to be slow. Going over to gold, take a quick look at the gold. Wrong chart. Gold has come back down into the value area of the microcomposite, and near the microcomposite VPOC. We tested it earlier today. We came down and tested the value area low here, and the buyers stepped in, and they're holding us in this distribution zone. Key levels on the gold today, I think we chop around here, but if we get above 1322.60, look for them to go up, and look for sellers up here at 1328. To the low side, if we get below 1311.80, we're likely to test the other side of balance at 1307. And just as I've been saying, this break below 1307, don't even think about it. Sell it, sell it, sell it, because we're going to go and test the 1300, but more likely going to come down to this 1293 and see if we get buyers with enough conviction to take us back up into 1300s and keep this upward move in gold going. But being a holiday day, we're likely just to chop around in this distribution zone and not make much of a big move. I think the big move is done. But you could try to take the breakout below 1311.80 to test the 1307, but the real safe play is down here at 1307. And to the upside, just break out of value and above the CLVN for a move up to the 1328. I don't think you're going to get much to the upside today in gold. So that's everything, gang. I did it early. I did it quick because there's not much to tell today. So as always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.